Okay, so guys, I've got a couple of beers for you here from Carnival Brewery. We've got the goat beer.
Thank you.
And the Pigs ×7 beer.
Nice.
If you'd like to crack those open while we have a chat, that'd be great.
What are we dealing with? Where's the percentage?
The Goat, the band, the Swedish band. Is that? Are we talking about the Goat, the world band? This sort of, they wear the masks.
5%. 5%. The goat. Apologies.
Just seen you guys perform at the Lanes. Yeah. I think it's fair to say you smashed it. How does it feel after the show?
Exhausting.
Yeah.
I'm knackered. It was well hot in there, and we always say that, but it was, and I'm a melter.
I absolutely loved it, but I shut my top out into the. Am I supposed to look into the? I lost my top, so if anyone's seeing this, it's like blue. It's got yellow stripes on it. It's a polo top. Can you give it back? Because I regret chucking it out quite a lot. I need it back, please. This isn't mine.
I like to think that someone's keeping that as a little memento of the show. Is that not a compliment to you?
It's a compliment to me, but
it stinks.
But what's more important is that I get it back because I'm short on clothes as it is. Cheers.
It's a pretty new band. You guys seem pretty established on stage, very confident up there, got the crowd going, everything like that. But it's only like a year in. So how did this come about?
Lockdown boredom, I reckon. Sort of just send stuff to each other all the time, and it was like, why don't we do something with it? Yeah. And then we never really saw doing live stuff, so it's weird that that's the main thing that we do now. But it's worked out well. Fucking love it. It's class.
Because you're in Manchester, and Josh, you're based here in Bristol. So how does it work sharing songs between those two cities?
I got 2 words for you. We transfer. Great service. You send files, WAV files, sending them back and forth. And because we do it all to a backing track, it means we don't really have to practice. We sort of just learn the words from a distance. Like Ben said, we never really thought we'd do it live. It was just a sort of boredom. We've been mates since we were kids.
Well, you say mates.
We've been sort of
enemies,
sort of pseudo friends,
acquaintances.
Yeah, we've known each other for a long time, and we never thought we'd do it live. We just were like sending songs back and forth from each other.
I think we were doing it for like ourselves.
Yeah, it was just boredom.
It wasn't like anything in particular. I think it still is very much for ourselves. It's very indulgent, self-indulgent, to be honest. And if anyone doesn't like it out there, you can fuck off.
So what was the first show like? Can you tell me about that when you first took it from just sending stuff on WeTransfer and you got out there on the stage the first time?
Very different to what it is now, I think. Kept our clothes on for a start, and then I think we were a bit timid, weren't we?
Yeah, it was at the Louisiana supporting a band called Kimbo Nice. They're now finished. It's Kimbo Nice and Spang Sisters. Great, but Spang Sisters still goes. Great band. It was supporting them, and we thought it was going to be sort of one-off. But off the back of that, we just had more gigs coming in, and now it's what we're doing. We're busy with it, so it's great. Cheers. Thank you.
So, Josh, I was speaking to you.
I'll see you later.
We spoke about how many demos you get, and you said to me that you got something like over 100 demos. So what is it about a demo that you think, okay, this is good enough to send to Ben, or what's the threshold for something that stays on your laptop compared to something that it gets put out on Spotify and stuff?
That's a great question. I think most of the time it's what tends to happen is I start something, I get a sort of idea, I start something, and if I bother to sort of finish it or semi-finish it, that's a sign that it's worth keeping. But a lot of stuff sort of, it gets done and I don't really know what we're going to do with it. It's all just like, I don't know, because the recording element of it is like is the main part. It's normally actually if I send it to Ben or send it to people, and if they go, oh, that's fucking mint, then we'll play it live. Or if I get it in my head automatically that I'm like, I can imagine playing this live, then we'll play it live.
To be fair as well, it's like we've got loads of songs that are finished and like even mastered and stuff that we just haven't done anything with at all. It's not even like demos. It's like full songs, like finished.
And there's a lot of like, oh Ben, do you remember that song that we like made a music video for? And then then we're like, why didn't we do anything with that? Yeah. And the honest answer is I don't know. I don't know. There's not that much thought goes into it, really. It's just whatever sort of, because it's so, you know, the backing track thing, playing live, that does the legwork. We just do whatever we fancy doing on the night, really.
If it's like, it's very specific, it's very different, like recording and then live. I think what works recording will not always transfer to a live setting, and it's sort of, we're only just figuring that out, maybe. I think.
Have you had a situation where you've been really happy with the song, played it live, and it's just gone down really badly?
Never really badly, because if it tends to start going badly, I think subconsciously we get into this mode of like being quite hostile towards the audience, and it's like you will fucking like this. I don't care what you think is going.
Does that win them over?
Yeah, well, I mean, it depends what you mean, really. Yeah. It makes people feel something.
People unite in their hatred against us, forming stronger bonds amongst others, excluding us, and we can walk away going like, we've done good. People have got this the stupid idea in their head that when they come see a band, it's about them having a good time, and they're fucking wrong. It's about us having a good time, often at their expense. Yeah. If you think anyone gets paid for it, you're wrong. So have a fucking laugh with it.
So it's more like you versus the crowd instead of you for the crowd.
Yeah. It's like I was going to say Gladiators. It's more like Robot Wars because it's a lot more savage. Yeah. Can we get rid of him?
The penultimate song that you played this evening was a song where you brought Tom from Saloon Dion on stage. Can you tell me a little bit about how that came about, what the song's about, and also where people can listen to it?
The song came about because most of what we do is sort of disco. Initially, at least, it was sort of disco 80s kind of stuff. And then we thought it'd be funny to try and do a sort of hard rock, sort of Billy Idol style or ZZ Top sort of style, like kind of really over the top 80s rock kind of song. So we made this just the music, and we tried a few different things with the vocals. It was about for a while, it was about like what are they called, like a water park.
Oh yeah.
It was called Swim City for a bit, and it was yeah.
That was good as well.
It was a lot. It was like it ended up being a. Excuse me. This is
delicious.
Very delicious, but it's making me burp a lot. It was so initially the song was sort of we were doing this kind of darkness style, singing, and then we forgot about it. And then went back to the disco kind of stuff. And then we played a gig with Saloon Dion. And I thought Tom had a fucking he's got a great voice. And then so I sent it to him. I was like, do you want to try and do something to this? And literally within a day, he was like, yeah, I've done this. I then sent back a thing, the vocal take, a rough idea, which we'd left in. It was just recorded on his iPhone. And the lyrics, I don't know, it's quite a violent song. It's ended up being quite like, you know, aggressive, which is not necessarily how we imagined it, but I fucking love it. I think it's maybe the best song, not just that we've done.
In the world.
It's the best song of all time. If you know, like people say, like Bohemian Rhapsody is the best song of all time. They haven't heard us yet. Yeah. That song is called Throbber. It's not out yet, but it will be out soon. And
when, Josh?
I ain't got a date yet because. Yeah, it'll be out in the month of June.
Yeah. All right, so what's next for Getdown services?
What? I'll tell you what's next for Getdown services. It's more of this, more gigs, more tunes. Just, you know, bring on the good times. Let's all have a smile.
I like
more
to
love.
Say Party Rock is in the house tonight.
Yeah. You know that song, Maroon 5, This Summer's Gonna Hurt Like a Motherfucker? It's sort of that vibe for the next 6 to 7 years. Yeah. I'll tell you what I want to plug. Follow us on Instagram because, I mean, Instagram's full of shit and ours isn't that bad, so...